Apple officially confirmed the schedule of this year's WWDC, which kicks off with a special keynote on June 7th. But is Apple releasing a new MacBook Pro at the event? In today's video, I'm going to tell you all about it. But before we get started, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this type of videos and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. This video is sponsored by SetApp, an incredible cross-platform suite which gives you access to over 200 iOS and macOS applications without any additional cost. You only need to pay for your subscription and choose the apps that you would like to use. Now, a great benefit is that you can start a 7-day trial for free when you use the link listed down below in the description. So starting off, you may already know that the Worldwide Developers Conference is mainly made for developers. So Apple usually focuses on software. They usually announce new software at the event, and it's going to be a completely virtual event just like last year's. So in case you're interested in learning more about it, make sure to watch the other video that I have here on the channel talking about the WWDC, because I talk about the announcement and a lot more. Now let's talk about this rumored MacBook Pro. Last week, Mark Gurman said that the new MacBook Pros could be coming as soon as this summer. Also, they are rumored to be available in 16 or 32 graphics core variations, and 8 high-performance cores and 2 high-efficiency cores. So in the report, he says, for the new MacBook Pros, Apple is planning 2 different chips, codenamed Jade C-Chop and Jade C-Die. Both include 8 high-performance cores and 2 energy-efficient cores for a total of 10, but will be offered in either 16 or 32 graphics core variations. The high-performance cores kick in for more complex jobs, while the energy-efficient cores operate as lower speeds for more basic needs like web browsing, preserving battery life. The new chips differ from the M1's design, which has 4 high-performance cores, 4 energy-efficient cores, and 8 graphics cores in the current 13-inch MacBook Pro. And Gurman also believes that the new MacBook Pros will have up to 64 gigabytes of RAM, which is different than the maximum of 16 gigabytes of RAM that we have in the current M1 Max. He said that the chips also include up to 64 gigabytes of memory versus a maximum of 16 on the M1. They'll have an improved neural engine, which processes machine learning tasks, and enable the addition of more Thunderbolt ports, which lets users sync data and connect to external devices than the 2 on the current M1 MacBook Pro. And his report also lists that the new MacBook Pros will indeed have an HDMI port, an SD card reader, and the MagSafe charging. Now let's jump to this week. On May 24th, John Prosser tweeted that the MacBook Pro is coming at the WWDC. He did not go into further detail. He only tweeted this phrase with an image of the WWDC. But as we've seen in previous videos, this new MacBook Pro is supposed to be completely redesigned. It's also supposed to be flatter. It may have the M1X chip because apparently Apple is saving the M2 for next year's MacBooks. And this MacBook may also have the mini LED display technology. And we've talked about it before, but we may have the 14-inch and the 16-inch MacBook Pros. Now, apparently, according to Mark Gurman and the iOS developer Dylan DKT, the bezels will be reduced and the bottom MacBook Pro logo will be removed. Whenever I saw this news for the first time, they were talking about the logo, and it really sounded like they would remove the Apple logo for some reason, and I thought this was insane. But this was now explained in more detail. So apparently, because of the bezels, because the bezels are going to be thinner, they will remove the MacBook Pro logo at the bottom just to save room, basically. And I don't think that's an issue at all. I don't think users worry about having the MacBook Pro name right there. We would definitely worry if we didn't have the Apple logo, but that's not the case. There's no additional information for us at this point, and there's no way for us to know for sure if Apple would release the MacBook Pro at the WWDC or not. It's not usual for Apple to release hardware at the WWDC, but it happened before, so it's definitely a possibility. According to Ming-Chi Kuo and Mark Gurman, the new MacBook Pros are expected to launch in the second half of this year. So it's definitely a possibility. But that's all for today, you guys. This is all the information that I have. I'll definitely be coming back with more as soon as I hear more about the new MacBook Pros. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.